I suppose memories-wise was winning the Pro. Was it Pro 12 back then? Pro 12. I've still got a picture of you, Mads, on my screensaver. It's that picture of us winning the Pro 12 against Glasgow, the team picture. So that for me was an amazing memory. Unlike yourself, who's won multiple trophies, I haven't been in that boat like you. So that was kind of amazing for me. So that was a big highlight. And also the fact I was out injured before that final for about 6 weeks with a calf injury, and just made it back to playing that final. The family were there, so that was a big day. It was a real sunny day at the RDS, wasn't it? And yeah, I suppose sometimes, Mads, you remember, don't you, that more the losses than the wins. And I suppose a couple stick out for me. 2 games we both played in again. That game against the All Blacks in 2013, where we were winning on 80 minutes. They kept the ball for 4.5 minutes and scored in the corner. I've never cried after a game, but that was one game I did cry after. And another one I cried after was that semi-final away to Toulon, where extra time they scored, where, Mads, we should have won that game before extra time, shouldn't we?
Yeah, 2 glorious mess-ups there that you've touched on. A missed tackle by me in the corner and an intercept against Toulon. But sure,
that wasn't you, mate. That wasn't you.
No. Look, we both know we could have beaten Toulon, and that was a real killer that year because we hadn't gone well in the league. All our eggs were in the European basket, and we knew that we were good enough to beat Toulon, and we could have gone on and won the final that year. And that's a loss that's stuck to me to this day. It's as you said there, it's not necessarily winning trophies that stays with you. It's often the losses that sting that you have to live with.
Yeah, I still have nightmares, Mads, about that sometimes. Being honest with you, I do. Like sometimes those 2 games, you're sitting there lying in bed, and still, I'm retired 3 years now, and still those 2 memories will come into my head.
Yeah. No, like you'd have played 200 or 300 games throughout your career. You had a phenomenal career, but I'm sure there's times you go, I'd love to have those 2 or 3 games back and just have another go at them.
Yeah, 100%. And I think no matter what you've achieved in the game, whether you're like a legend like Drico or Paulie or yourself, Mads, you always look back and think, I could have. I think you always want more and think you could have achieved more. And certainly I look back at my career and, my family say to you, you should be so proud. But, I am proud. But, I look back and think, I could have and should have achieved more. But that's down to me.
Yeah, just Quinn, from the Interpro games, you just said that the Interpro games are essentially an Irish selection, selection process. What players have impressed you just across the provinces in the last few weeks that, would be in contention for a call-up or even on that extended squad?
I think Tom, obviously, he's been playing really well. I think Alex, from us, Alex Wooten's been playing really well. I'm not going to just plug Connacht players here. I'll think about someone else as well.
It's okay. We had Ulster bias last weekend. We can have Connacht bias this week.
I think obviously Ryan Bair's been playing really well as well. He's been in the mix, or he missed out through injury. I think he's a great 6.
Certainly not a second row. He's certainly not a second row.
You can't wait that close to them.
He's wasted in the second row, that fella.
Yeah. You can't waste that athleticism in the second row, mate. I think he's been playing really well, and he's definitely someone who's going to play for Ireland for a long time. So, who else? All the Leinster back row lads, they've all been there and about. They've serious players over there. And there's a young lad in Munster, is it Coombs? Gavin Coombs, he's been playing really well. And then you have Craig Casey, who's been in camp for a day or 2 with us during the autumn, who's been playing really well. So there's loads of young players, I think, which is exciting, and it's probably healthy for squad pressure as well.
Yeah, obviously we heard the announcement of Paul O'Connell as forwards coach. I'm sure you've played against Paul a few times and been in camp with him. Is that something, as an announcement that was made, was it something that excited you?
Yeah, definitely. I think he was finished by the time I came into camp for the first time, but I definitely played against him a few times, and I think his name kind of speaks for itself. So I think it's going to be really exciting to have someone like that in camp and just to kind of pick his brains. And I think he'll definitely add to the environment, without a doubt.
Brilliant.
For sure. Like you said, to show a manager your personality. Did you get on well with him?
Yeah, I got on really well with Matty, and like John O'Gibbs, I thought was an amazing coach. And I'd only had a year with John O'Gibbs. I thought he was great. And yeah, Matt O'Connor, like I thought he was great. Very different, as you know. He was very laid back, very, very laid back. But I thought he was good. And I played some of my best rugby under Matt. And I know some people don't agree he's a good coach, and everyone's got a different perception. But he gave me that freedom to kind of not stress too much about everything and believe in myself. And I felt he's one coach I felt I could be myself in front of, and it wouldn't affect what they thought of me. But yeah, I think Mads, you'll remember this. I think to kind of sum him up, I remember it's probably after that Scarlets game, the review on the Monday. You boys had all been used to Joe, obviously unbelievable coach, great detail, works incredibly hard, and the video sessions must have been very in detail and pretty lengthy with Joe. And Matty came in, and Matty's video sessions, win, lose or draw, were about 30 seconds, a minute long. And he'd always come in the meeting room and he'd go, "Right, gents, we'll make a start." And he'd come in, literally show 2 or 3 clips. So they showed one clip, and I think Lukey Fitz put his hand up and said, "Matt, so sorry, just there. If the forwards running that hard line with their animated with their hands up, do you want the back? What do you want the back doing? Do you want him coming out on an overs line or an unders line?" And there was a bit of a pause, and Matty just went, "Luke, what did he say? Luke, how the fuck do I know, you bloody idiot?" And like everyone was just like looking around, going, "Has he been serious?" But I don't think Matty knew the answer, and he just ripped the piss out of Lukey. That was it. "Lukey, how the fuck do I know?" And yeah, so like, it was fine by me because I was just in the setup. But I think for you guys who'd had Joe for like 3 or 4 years before that, you were like, "Wow, what's going on here?" So even in a video session, even if we lost, I remember we lost to Dragons, and we were all panicking, going, "Oh, this is going to be a horrendous video session." Then Matty just walks in, "Right, gents, we'll make a start. This week we're going to have to be considerably better than we were the week before." He'd show one bad clip and 2 or 3 good clips, and you walked out going, "Oh, geez, that wasn't too bad."
House of Rugby Ireland, here on Joe, together with Guinness. Game changed.